Greetings, everyone. Is your garage starting to look like this? You come in and you got stuff piled up here. You got boxes here. You can't even get to stuff because you've got boxes blocking it. You got storage bins over on this side that are stacked so high, and then more stuff stacking up. It's just everywhere. I'm a guy that hates that kind of stuff. I hate climbing around stacked boxes and trying to get into my vehicles where they're parking here. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to install one of those overhead racks. And this one actually will lower to make it easier for you to put stuff on top of it or on it. And then it'll raise up and get it out of the way and get your garage back to being a garage instead of a storage unit. Check it out. All right, so the first thing you have to do is figure out what size of overhead shelf you want. And it depends. You may want like a big shelf because you got a lot of stuff, but your garage may not be set up for that size. So there's a bunch of things to consider. You got to think about all this stuff before you just go and buy one. I got a pretty good size garage and plenty of overhead space. I went with a 4x8, but where am I gonna position it? Where am I gonna place it? What's gonna be the easiest place for me to be able to lower it, put stuff in it, raise it up and get it out of the way without it like messing up or disrupting other parts of the garage? And I think I have enough. I only bought one. I could put a second one up here as well. If I really like this one and it's working out good, I may get another one and put it right next to it. But here, check out these things to make sure you're not causing issues in your garage. So one of the first things you have to consider is your garage door opener, right? You've got all this track. Obviously you can't put a shelf up there. The garage door is gonna open up and you don't want it to hit it. And if you put it above it, I've got this low ceilings. I guess the ceilings aren't super high in my garage, so I wouldn't have any room. I put like small stuff in there and then I wouldn't be able to lower it because it would hit the track and hit the garage door opener. So back on this side, I've got all that space up there all the way across, plenty of room for two, maybe even three if I wanted to, but I'm just gonna start with one right now. I have all these bins. I can put it in this far corner here, get some of these bins out of here. I'd be able to lower it some. I may not be able to lower it all the way to the floor, but I can lower it enough to where I won't need a ladder, have to like do any kind of climbing or hoisting or anything like that. What I'm trying to do is get these boxes up out of the way. Not so much the bins just yet, but like these boxes, the Christmas decorations, it's all Christmas decorations. Now that I've figured out where I'm gonna put this thing, I need to understand how the roof trusses are going across. It makes a difference. Do they go this way or this way? How you install this unit will depend on how those roof trusses are going. So there's a couple different ways you got to install it, but you got to make sure. So I'm going to get the ladder, but before I even do that, I'm going to get some stuff out of the way here in the garage, move the cars out of the way, move these boxes out of the way, give myself plenty of room to start working, and then I'll bring the ladder in and climb up in the attic. Oh man. First thing I'm checking for is animals. I want to be surprised by any critters or anything. And of course, I'm in Florida, so reptiles, no snakes. Why'd it have to be snakes? But, whoa. I could see the roof trusses. They're going the length of the garage. You can see them over there. You can see them going this way, which the garage door is that way, and that's the back wall. So the roof trusses are going the length of the garage. Get back down and get back to work. What I'm going to do now is head up here and mark the roof trusses or the joists, so I know where to drill and get an idea of where I want it mounted. I kind of want it more in this corner, but not right up against it. Now, according to the manual, and of course these brackets are going to go like this, which already pull it about an inch from the back wall. I might come off of that just a little bit, give myself just a little bit of a gap, because I don't want anything rubbing up against the wall as it's raising and lowering. But this might be enough. But I think I'm going to come off just about another inch. So give me a 2-inch gap from the bracket to the wall. Yep. If I didn't hit the roof truss or the joist, this drill bit would just plow through this drywall like nothing. But you can actually see wood fall out of the hole you just drilled. All right, let me get the lag screws and get that bracket mounted. And the instructions say don't tighten it just yet, so we're just gonna get it in place. All right, I'm not gonna tighten that, and actually, maybe it's a good idea I don't put the other one in case I need to twist it slightly, because there's a rod that's gonna go through all of these brackets, and if you get one that's crooked, it may not go through. So let's leave it like that for now, especially since I'm trying to pull it off the wall a little bit. You want to get those measurements right, so I'll leave it like that and we'll see how it goes. Okay, I think I got it. Let's drill some pilot holes. Definitely hit the truss there. Okay, tighten that down a little bit more, like that. Can still move it. All right, same thing for this one here. On to the next one. All right, so we've got the brackets tentatively in place. I can see why they don't want you to tighten them down. I'll show you what I did, because like I said, I'm trying to get it close to the wall or the corner. I need to put this into the bracket, but I can't get it outside far enough. So I have to take the bracket down, mount this, and then I can get it in place. Go ahead and remove this. Okay, and put this one back in place. And loosen this a little bit so I can move this thing around some. Like that. Okay, and then same for the other side. And that's why they don't want you to tighten them, so you can put this in place and get this lined up and place it exactly where you need it. This is gonna hang off here a little ways. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of this stuff and get all these in place. Okay, one thing that happened, I checked the book and I didn't see anything. I may have missed it, but this is a mistake that I make often. I have these kits and I should always pull all the parts out, set it up to understand exactly what I'm working with, so I can figure out clearances and things like that. This is part of the mechanism to raise and lower the shelf, and I thought I had enough clearance. When this is mounted, right, it's not touching the wall or anything. I can get my my fingers behind there. I thought I was good to go, but this is the piece that has to slide into that bearing, and I can't do it. I only have one hand, but I don't have enough clearance for this to slide all the way through the bearing and secure it with a cotter pin. It hits the wall, and that wall is not drywall right there. That is a concrete block. I'm not gonna be able to work with that. I can't drill a hole in it or anything like that. So what I have to do is move these brackets out another inch and adjust it like that, and then that will give me enough clearance for this to work. So I'm gonna work on that and get this back bracket in place, and then go ahead and do the front. I did find the measurement, the spacing that needs to happen between the two brackets for all of this to work. So I'm gonna get on that. I'll show you when I'm done. These pieces just actually slide in, and then you can see there's bolt holes here, and that's how you secure these brackets together, and then they will span across the same size of the shelf. Nothing really to show there except running a bolt and tightening it down. I wanted to show you this real quick before I installed it. This is the mechanism here. I guess it's kind of like a winch in place, and it's just these 4 bolts right there hold it to this part of the bracket. And then this just, I'm trying to do this with one hand here, slides in like this, and then you'll see bolt holes line up there, and you slide a bolt through and secure that, and then that hangs down like this. I'm gonna take care of that. Okay, I'm making progress. I couldn't really hold the camera and do this at the same time. So I've got the mechanism mounted, all the brackets all the way across. I measured each bracket from the wall to make sure that it's completely square and aligned. I tried to do the best I could with measuring across. Pretty close. And this is the piece that will turn. When you work the mechanism, it's going to turn this axle and then crank up these wires that are gonna eventually span and hook up onto the ends of the shelf. So it's coming along. I gotta secure this at the other end with the cotter pin and washer. After I moved it out, I've got plenty of clearance there. It's not anywhere near the wall. So it's coming along, a little longer than I thought, but we're getting there. Okay, so we got everything in place as far as the brackets go. You can see the mechanism there in yellow, and then we ran all the wires that are gonna be used to hoist the shelf up in the air. And now we have to put the shelf itself together. So I'm laying out all the parts and gonna build that. All right, so you can see I've got the shelf in place. Now I didn't record this because it really is a 2-person job to get some help here. I did leverage this shelf. I put one end of it there, and then you hoist it up, and these bolts are part of the wire. They go through here, and then you screw them down. Now you notice how long they are. You can adjust them if you don't have this quite level, which I do not. You can clearly look at it, see it's leaning down towards me and to the left there. Anyway, the shelf's in place, so I'm gonna take a break, and then when I come back, I'm gonna move all this stuff out of the way and lower the shelf all the way to the floor, put some weight on it, put some of these tubs on there, and then hoist it back up. And because you want to make sure that your wires are tight, right? As that wire spins around, you don't want it loose because it can sag. It doesn't spool properly, and it will cause the shelf to not be level as it's winding it up. But it's actually really cool. You have this rod here with a hook, and it's got a safety latch here. Hook in place, and you pull that out. Okay, and then you hook this, and then this end goes on your drill, and it will spin it. I can do it slowly by hand. It will spin this. That causes the gears inside to spin and this axle to rotate and either hoist up the shelf or lower it. So I'm gonna put this in place. A little tricky to do this with the camera. safety locks in place. Then we gotta pick up all our tools and everything, and the job is complete. And that's my overhead storage, so stay tuned. All right, I got my workbench all cleared out, and I have the rod hooked up and my drill. So now I'm gonna activate this. And you see it spins, and you can see it's lowering the shelf. Pretty cool. Okay, she's lowered all the way down. She's about a foot up off the ground. You can see I can still put my hand under there all the way up. I'm gonna put some weight on the shelf and then raise it back up and keep the wires tight up there as I try to get this thing level. Okay, so I've made some adjustments here to these posts. You know, they've got nuts on either side, so you can raise each corner as necessary. It's pretty close being level. I've checked all 4 ends, even gone this way. I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty close being level. Looks good. And we're done. It's level, it's straight. I got weight on it. Now they do recommend that you don't like put anything under it, like don't park your car or you know, stand under it or put like anything valuable, you know, stuff like your workbench and all that stuff. Give it a couple weeks, let everything settle, make sure it's still good, solid and secured where you mounted it. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I like this, it's very rugged, very durable. At least that's the initial feeling I got. I'm gonna load some stuff on it, nothing too crazy, and then hoist it up and just let it set. And yeah, overhead storage. If you got a garage that's like a mess, you got bins, boxes, and stuff everywhere, this might be something that you can use. And I like the idea or the fact that I can raise and lower it, get it tucked up out of the way. If you found this video useful, please be sure to drop me a thumb, share this video with somebody who might need it. I really appreciate that. It helps the channel a lot. I'm the Capable Gentleman, always showing you ways to go from dirty to dapper and to encourage you to never stop learning. Until next time, I'm tired. This took a lot longer than I thought, but I was taking my time to make sure I got it right. But anyway, till next time, be kind, everyone. See you next week.